You sure can tell when Craig Ferguson wants to have a conversation rather than be a comedian. In this clip from today in 2006, March 21st, happy spring, everybody, Craig talks to Rosanne Cash, Johnny's daughter, about that, obviously, which everyone talked to her about. But also their common UK roots and how Celtic music filtered through Appalachian was the foundation of what we call country. I'm sorry, what we used to call country music. It's got a little bit of a beat now, doesn't it?
Welcome back. I'm here with the delightful Rosanne Cash, and we're going to talk. Can we talk a little bit about your album?
Yes.
Since because it would seem only right.
I would be very happy.
That lovely song you played is from this album.
Yes.
Black Cadillac. It's very funereal on the back there. What's going on with that?
Well, it is kind of funereal. I mean, the record is a kind of a concept record about loss and grief.
Because your dad dying and stuff?
Well, all 3 of my 4 parents died in 2 years. So this record is about those themes of loss.
Parents and step-parents, and and that's how. Is that how you process it? Is that how a musician processes grief?
Well, I would think so. I would think that you would take this to whatever your creative element is, and it was very useful to bring poetry and a sense of discipline and songwriting to these very unmanageable feelings.
I tell you, when my dad died, I was here in America, and I came out and I did a show that night and talked about
that.
him.
I heard about
and
it.
And it really helped, actually. It helped me just to kind of do it.
Yeah.
Does it help you doing that?
Yeah. When I was writing the songs for this record, I didn't know whether I was making it for my living room or I was going to put it out. But it turns out that this is a very universal theme, particularly for people our age. We're all going through this, so
there's a generation that's beginning to depart.
Yeah.
What about? There's a song on the album, Good Intent.
Good Intent.
Yeah, about Scottish people. I didn't know there was Scottish in the
We
Cash
might
family.
be related, Craig.
Well, you know what? I think this is fantastic because your father in particular is a god in Scotland.
I know.
mean, they love him.
Well, he had our ancestry done back to the 12th century, and it turns out that we're from County Fife in Scotland.
I know it well.
I'm sure you do.
Yes, I do.
And we both have been there and seen it. He actually filmed a television special there once in the 80s.
Yeah.
But I've been there, and there's still streets with the Cash name, Cash Easter, Cash Wester, Cash Farm.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Cash jokes about Cash, I suppose you can get. What about coming over the Cash? Because a lot of country music, and I don't know if many people know that, is about, it was the Scots-Irish coming through the Appalachians, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Celtic music through the Appalachians, yes.
Yeah.
And the song you mentioned, The Good Intent, is about 300 years of my ancestry, about the first Cash. He sailed over on a ship called The Good Intent.
Oh, my.
And he settled in Salem, Massachusetts. So this song is a history song in 3 verses that traces my whole family.
Do you feel it more important as you get older to get into all of that?
Absolutely. Don't you?
I do, actually, a bit. I feel kind of more drawn to it.
I do,
kind of my heritage. It was less important when I was younger.
Oh, you could care less, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's all about you, it's all about the present. But as you get older, you want to find those threads of connection.
To be part of something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How do you deal with that then? Because you live in New York City now, right?
Yeah.
How is it... I mean, for someone who comes from the heritage that you come from and coming from the background that you're describing, how does New York fit into that, or does it?
I'm a New Yorker. I just always was. Do you know how you just feel at home in a certain place? That's just my home. I was raised here, though.
In California?
Yeah, I grew up here.
So what is it? Is it the noise and the activity of New York, or is it the...
I just love the grime.
Grime?
No.
We got grime in California. I'll find you some grime.
No, I love the energy. You're right. I mean, there are people, these creative people working at the top of their game, and it's New York. I mean...
You know what I always thought as well? I don't know if it's the same. I write a little bit, and I know that for anyone who creates anything, if you're in LA you know, you drive to work and you
Yes.
drive home. But in New York, if you walk around, you see half a dozen different stories in the street. Somebody
That's right.
falls down, somebody, you know,
Gets up.
gets up, somebody gets mad. Do you think that's what it is too? It's food for creativity.
You certainly feel more connected. I don't like spending that much time in my car
No.
as you have to spend here.
Yeah, no,
and I'm
it's a
always
lot.
on the street in New York. You're always part of what's going on, yeah.
The vibe of the big
The-
city.
the vibe.
I know all the technical terms. The vibe. I know how the kids speak. Rosanne, it's delightful to meet you,
It's
and thank
very
you
nice
so
to meet
much
you.
indeed. Rosanne Cash, everybody. Good night.
Thanks for watching Cleveland Live Music. It's awfully bright out here. I'd click on another one of my videos. Quit looking into the sun. Your mother told you not to do that. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to support the channel more, there's GoFundMe and Patreon information in the video descriptions. Ooh, ooh!